be brave. It is the thinking that the heart can be saved, and the darkness can come quick. Dangers in the anger and then hanging on to it, 'cause we are love, we are one. We are how we treat each other when the day is done. We are peace, we are war. We are how we treat each other, nothing more. Tell me what's that you see? We're full of endless possibilities, and even heroes don't look like they used to. They look like you do. We are love, we are one. We are how we treat each other when the day is done. We are peace, we are war. We are how we treat each other and nothing more. We are how we treat each other, nothing more. We are how we treat each other. We are how we treat each other, nothing more.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Jim. Let's give Jim
thank
some
you.
love. Thank you. That was beautiful, Jim. Welcome, everyone, to our Wednesday night revealing experience, where we are activated and inspired to reveal the I am presence in ourselves and each other. How y'all doing tonight? Good? Really good? Real good? Let me hear how good as we sing our welcome song, yeah? So it should sound just like, woohoo! Here we go. Come on in, we welcome, we welcome, we welcome you. Come on in, we welcome, we welcome, we welcome you. Let go, be free. Come on in and take a seat.
We're glad you're here.
We're spreading love, joy, and cheer. So come on in,
Come on in,
come on in,
come on in.
come on in.
We welcome you.
Come on in,
Come on in,
come on in,
come on in.
come on in.
We welcome you. Let go, be free. Come on in and take a seat. We're glad you're here.
We're spreading love, joy, and cheer.
Cheers. Come on in,
Come on in,
come on in,
come on in,
come on in.
come on in.
We welcome you. Come on in,
Come on in,
come on in,
come on in,
come on in.
come on in.
We welcome you. Come on in.
Nice job, everyone. I did feel a loving energy flooding this stage. Thank you. So, let's move into reveal, yes? And if you don't know the words, the folks who come all the time, they sing really loudly. Here we go.
Reveal, reveal the love inside of me. Reveal the love that I was meant to be. And every time I open up, love is what I see. Reveal the love in me. Reveal, reveal the peace inside of me. Reveal the peace I was meant to be. every time I open up, peace is what I see. Reveal the peace in me.
The joy.
Reveal the joy inside of me. Reveal the joy that I was meant to be. And every time I open up, joy is what I see. Reveal the joy in me. Reveal the love inside of me. Reveal the love that I was meant to be. And every time I open up, peace is what I see.
Every time.
Every time I open up, joy is what I see. Every time I open up, love is what I see.
Reveal the love.
Reveal the love in me.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Sonny. And as always, they bring us to this great space of welcome and wonder and revealing. So we can take that within and we can begin. For as we are here in these chairs, in this sanctuary, in this beloved place, in this place where the beloved offers itself to us, through us, in us, and as us, we know that we are one. We know that the all in all, the infinite power and presence of life has brought each thing to this moment, each person to this moment, each idea to this moment. And it is all good. It is good, it is gracious. It provides power and strength for each moment of each day. And the blessing here is all of this time that we get to spend together. The time that brings us into communion with ourselves and with everyone around us and with that God divine spark within each of us. And so it's a time to be happy, content, peaceful, joyful, loving, and be exactly who we are in that life of God. And so I simply allow that to be and entertain that for the evening. And so it is. Look at y'all, you look good. Welcome, Wednesday night revealing service. Wednesday night revealing service. We are the loyal patrons of the Wednesday evening get-together. And we are here to study, to learn, to meditate, to communicate, and to be in each other's lives. And so with that, we have this wondrous plan this entire month, this entire year actually, because we are getting booked up. We are reading the Science of Mind text a little bit at a time each day. We are encouraging ourselves to just enrich our understanding of all that Ernest Holmes has to offer through his wondrous consciousness. And as we do that, then we have an individual theme for each week. And the theme this week, you know Reverend Sunshine, and you know how she picks these things. She makes us wonder what they are. And the one tonight is your true story. You know, that's your true story. Could be just about anything. And so I'm going to read a little bit from the Science of Mind text from today in case some of you didn't have time to read it, because it's about attracting friends. And Ralph Waldo Emerson said, quite simply, if you want a friend, be a friend. As the idea of friendship dawns upon your consciousness, the law of attraction produces friends, for one is the picture and the other is the thing. But what do we do to attract friends? We must begin to image ideal relationships, be they social or otherwise, to sense and to feel the presence of friends, to enjoy them in our mentalities, not as an illusion, but as a reality, not as a dream, but as an experience, to declare that their presence is now here. But we must never look to see if they are here, because this would imply doubt and would neutralize our word. We can attract the kinds of friends we wish if we specifically designate the kind, but we must never think of certain people or that a particular individual must be one of the friends, for this would be quite hypnotic, and this idea would bring the right kind of friends? Don't know for sure. One of the first things that we do to have friends is to love everybody. If you have not done this, begin to do so at once. There is always more good than bad in people. And seeing the good tends to bring it forth. Love is the grandest healing and drawing power on earth. It is the very reason for our being, and that explains why it is that people should have something or someone to love. The life that has not loved has not lived. It is still dead. Love is the sole impulse for creation, and the man who does not have love as the greatest incentive in his life has never really developed the real creative instinct. No one can swing out into the universe without love, for the whole universe is based upon it. To him that hath love, much, much is given, and much is forgiven. And so with that, we look at what this your true story is. And I would like to introduce to you tonight, since we've already identified the fact that Reverend Sunshine is elsewhere this evening. Hello. And we have with us Reverend Josh Reeves. He is here from Seal Beach Center for Spiritual Living. He has gone through his ministerial school with Reverend Sunshine, and they have been good cohorts in all of those endeavors for a long time now. Good friends and good company and good joy. And so we know that everything he brings here tonight will just be another piece of the sunshine that we hold so dear. So let's bring him up and give him a warm welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. That was beautiful, a beautiful prayer, beautiful reading. It didn't go back to the I love Lucy, are you unpopular? Do you pop out at parties like how to attract friends might do, but I enjoyed it. Good evening, everybody. I'm really honored to be here. Dr. Christian Sorensen, the senior minister here, to me, he's kind of like the living father of religious science. So I love being a part of his spiritual community, and I so admire not only how he cares for his congregation and how he cares for all of us ministers out there, but how he holds a vision with all of you here for a better world and for our philosophy. And so it's always humbling to be around anything that he's involved with. So I'm really thankful to be here. And I love Reverend Sunshine Day, too. We went to ministerial school, so it's so great to see this current expression of her ministry. And I love Sunny Day, too. Do they always make you sit in the corner? So I have the opportunity to talk a little bit about this idea of your true story this evening, which for me, your true story is the story that remains when there are no other stories left. When you've told yourself all the stories that there are or possibly could be about yourself, there's your truth. But the truth is that we tell ourselves a lot of stories, don't we? Long stories, short stories, fictional stories, non-fictional stories, stories passed on to us from generations to generation. In my own story, I've been a hero, I've been a victim, I've been a martyr. In someone else's story. I'm sure I've been the sidekick, the villain, and hopefully perhaps even the one who got away, if I'm lucky. If my life were the Wizard of Oz, I've, in somebody's story, been Dorothy and the Scarecrow and the Tin Man and maybe even a flying monkey on someone's journey to find the broom of the Wicked Witch of the West. And can you think about all the stories that we tell ourselves? And I love the good ones, but sometimes they get a little nasty. They get a little rough. They get a little self-deappreciating, don't they? How many of us have heard of the term yellow journalism? And yellow journalism was a technique in journalism popularized in the 1900s to give a sensational headline to a story that might be kind of dull on its own. It's a technique to sell newspapers. So if you go on something like the Huffington Post, you might see something on the top that says, "Emergency! Economic Summit to be taking place tomorrow morning," that kind of thing. My favorite is just this last year when the government shutdown took place. On CNN, on their website, it said, "Doomsday." And there was a picture of the White House with a big cloud, dark cloud over it, and thunder coming down. And the thing with yellow journalism is if we just look at the headline, it really freaks us out. You have to really get into the context, into the meat of the story to realize that probably everything is okay and just is working as it always has. But we can do a little bit of yellow journalism in our own life sometimes, can't we? We can come up with our own false, misleading, and sensational headlines to trick ourselves, and we can get caught up in them. It's over. Matt is 10 minutes late. I'm a failure. Janice didn't get the job. So we can get caught up in these big headlines that if we don't look deeper into the story, we get caught up in the false narrative. We get carried away with the sensationalism, and we often lose ourselves, especially our true selves, in the process. So what do we do? How do we get to the truer story in these instances? I like the idea that in spirituality, it's our way to be committed to the truth. I love that about religious science more than anything else except perhaps our inclusivity, this idea that we're dedicated to the truth like a good detective in a detective movie, that we're committed to the truth wherever it leads. It may cause trouble, it may upset the status quo, but we're committed to the truth, and we've got to be good journalists in our own life. And I love this idea of trying to be true to what is. That's the best thing that I know how to do when I'm caught up in sensationalism, is just to take a deep breath and try to be as true as possible to what is. Where is Matt? Matt is 10 minutes late. Did I do anything wrong? Janice didn't get the job. You see how the headlines kind of shift there? And so like a good reporter, we just go in there. We give Matt a call. Is he running late? Do I have the wrong time in my date book? We try to find out what's going on. Was I the right person for the job? Did I practice my interview techniques correctly? So we kind of lessen the sensationalism and calm down a little bit. And then the great things that we do as practitioners of this beautiful faith is eventually we can get to the spiritual truth. We can be true to what is, but be so true to what is that eventually we reveal for ourselves that affirmative truth. Everything is in divine right order. Matt is 10 minutes late. Everything works out for my highest good. Janice didn't get the job. And when we're really sincere in our practice, when we've really claimed and embodied our spiritual truth, we live it in an everyday way. Not that we deny the facts on the ground or the difficulty in something that happens, but we really own the affirmative truth of who we are. I did something really embarrassing about a year ago. I locked my keys in my apartment for the third time that year. And I was really frustrated, and I'm one of those people that's kind of neurotic. I'm afraid the manager's going to yell at me because they have to come and open up the place for me again. And it was just one of those moments, why? Why did this have to happen? Is it just because I wasn't conscious? Is there any reason for what's going on? And I had to go meet a friend for dinner. Luckily, it was just down the street, so I could walk there. I sat outside on a bench because he he wasn't there and he was late. And I called the manager and I left a message on the phone, and I was just flustered. I know it was my own story. It was just my own stuff going on. And so I just took a deep breath and I just kind of started chanting. Even though I didn't believe it at that time, I just started chanting, everything is in divine right order. 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 And I kind of stopped and I looked into the restaurant, and there was my friend waiting for me. And I looked at my phone. It was on vibrate. I didn't feel it. There was a message from the manager saying, no problem. I'll be up till 10. Come by and unlock the place for me. Now, do I believe that divine right order was always there and there was a reason that everything happened the way that it did? No, I really don't. And I don't believe that story in life, that we need to think that God has a reason for everything. But what I do think we can do is we can call forth that first cause of all being. We can call forth that knowingness that says, no matter what is taking place in my life, I can respond with a knowingness and with an embodiment of my good that can declare from here forward, everything is in divine right order. And that's the power, I think, of really knowing your true story, really knowing your spiritual narrative, really knowing the theme of your soul. Why am I here? Why am I living my life? And are the stories I'm telling myself helping me realize my theme, or are they pulling me away from it? In which case, the great thing about our true story is it will call us back anyways. I was once working with a client named Crystal who had a very central story to her life, and the story was this: God did not mean for me to be loved. God did not mean for me to be loved. And her whole life she had had this story affirmed for her. She had been born to her mother, and her mother had wanted a boy. And so she used to tease, kind of in a backhanded way, her daughter and say, you know, the reason you're homely is because you were supposed to be a boy. And so you can imagine how much that hurt young Crystal. And so in high school, she met a guy, and she got pregnant, and they got married just for a little while, and then he left her, and he was incapable of being a good husband or a good father at that time. And that really, for her, solidified the story. You know what? God does not mean for me to be loved. I'm going to love other people. I'm going to take care of my son and be a great mom, but God does not mean for me to be loved. Everything had affirmed that for her. She had a couple boyfriends through the years that would kind of move in and out of her life like the seasons. They would come when they needed love. And the reason that they felt okay coming is because they knew deep down that she wasn't going to expect anything in return. So they didn't have to hang around. So listening to Crystal's story, of course I had a lot of compassion for her, but ultimately just one question: what if you're wrong? What if you're wrong? What if God does mean for you to be loved? Are you sure in your own life you are not telling yourself a story that is so false from the truth of who you are that it's time to let it go? That's the best thing to test whether a story is really true or not. We let everything go and we see what floats. We see what is. We see what remains. There's a little exercise, a meditation game, because I don't know about you. The idea of sitting in 15 minutes of silence always drives me crazy. I'm too fidgety, so I have to play little games with myself. And one of them I like to play I call the fill in the blank game. And so maybe you want to play it with me. So it goes like this. You just fill in the blank. So I say, life is, and fill in the blank. Life is awesome. Oh, I like that. Some people, yeah, shout it out. Life is amazing. Life is, come on, tiring. Wonderful. You positive, happy people. But fill it in with whatever it is for you right now. Life is, fill in the blank, okay? And then we can fill in, I am, fill in the blank. I am awesome, I am tired, I am frustrated, I'm stressed, I'm stoked, whatever it is, I am fill in the blank. My relationship is fill in the blank. Non-existent, really good, whatever it is, fill in the blank for yourself. And then since we're in a house of worship, we'll say, God is fill in the blank. God is good, God is mysterious, God is a metaphor for the truth. Joseph Campbell said that one. I love that one. Okay, and so now the real cool meditative thing that we do is we take away all the blanks. Okay, so we just say, life is. Life is. I am. I am. My relationship is. God is. We take away the descriptions, we take the adjectives, as wonderful or as difficult as they may be, and we get back to first cause. We get back to first base. We get back to the source of our being. And so, in closing, as we just take a few minutes of meditative time together, I invite us to think about some of those places where we're describing our life, where we're telling a story that perhaps is suiting a narrative that isn't really true to our soul's theme, to our spiritual truth, and just see what it means to take away some of those blanks in just a couple moments of quiet here. God is, life is, I am. God is, life is, I am. God is, life is, I am. From this consciousness where we begin and end, let us now bring our attention to any area of our life where we seek greater healing, understanding, transformation, grace. The mystic of media, Marshall McLuhan, once said that nothing is inevitable as long as one is willing to be conscious of what is happening. Nothing is inevitable as long as one is willing to be conscious of what is happening. Let us bring a clear mind, an open mind, a beginner's mind to all of those areas of our life that may be causing us grief, pressure, or just over anxiousness, any area, and allow our own mindfulness, our own openness to come through us, that right message of what we might know in a more grand way. And let us not forget to claim our own good, a good like has never been experienced before on this planet, knowing that we are worthy of it, yet it is up to us to embody it. Closing with some words from Ernest Holmes. Let's remember, you rob no person when you discover your own good. You limit no person when you express a greater degree of livingness. You harm no one by being happy. One more time. You rob no person when you discover your own good. You limit no person when you express a greater degree of livingness. You harm no one by being happy. So claiming that for ourselves, let us express it in a unique and brand new way. And so it is. Amen. So thank you, everybody. It's been great to be here. At this point, I'm going to call forth any ushers that are here and thank them for their service. Thank you, Sonny.
Number call Sonny.
So just taking a moment to bless our gifts however we do, I just simply know that they are given from a place of fullness in each of our hearts, that whatever is given here is absolutely wonderful. In gratitude, we let it be, and so it is. Amen.
Let's give Reverend Josh some more love. I know what I long for. It's that true love that I adore. When I go deep within, I see the truth is there. Oh, it's life in me, in you and everywhere. I know what I long for. It's that true love, oh, that I adore. When I go deep within, I see the truth is there. Oh, it's life in me, in you and everywhere. Worthy of abundance, of beauty I am worthy. My body temple is healthy. My life is filled with harmony, wisdom, creativity. Of all these things I am worthy. Worthy, I am worthy. Worthy, I am so worthy. Worthy, you are worthy. Worthy, you are so worthy. Worthy, we are worthy. Oh, worthy, we are worthy. go deep within, I see the truth is there. Oh, it's life in me and you and everywhere. I am worthy of abundance, of beauty I am worthy. My body temple is healthy. My life is filled with harmony, wisdom, creativity. Of all these things I am worthy. Worthy, I am worthy. Y'all can sing. Worthy, I am so worthy. You, worthy, you are worthy. Worthy, you are so worthy. We, worthy, we are worthy. Worthy, we are so worthy. We, worthy, we are so worthy. Worthy, we are so worthy.
Yay, Sonny.
I believe you. I kind of believe you. Hey, play a little bit more, Jim. I need to hear it from them. Just
A little more worthiness?
yeah, a little bit more worthy. Here we go. Worthy.
Worthy, I am worthy.
Yeah. Look at somebody.
Worthy.
You.
You are so worthy.
Worthy.
Worthy, you are so worthy.
We.
Worthy, we are so worthy. Again.
More.
Worthy, we are so worthy.
Nice, y'all. I believe you. I believe you. Nice job.
All right, encore.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you, Sonny.
Sonny, another round of applause.
Yay, yay, yay. All right, Sonny.
Sonny comes and sings for us in Seal Beach on Sundays here and there. We're so grateful to have her. So it's so good to see her in her revealing experience home here. So I know what we're going to do now is community time, which is about recognizing, I think deep down, shared spirituality, that we have shared wisdom from every seat. Sacred is in every seat here. And so we're going to just open it up to hear what wisdom is out there from a few folks who feel called, and I will bring you the microphone, which I guess will serve as the talking stick. And so as long as everyone can hear, I'm sure you could talk into it like this, really, if you wanted to, but...
I'm sorry, but when I get in touch with the infinite love, I weep, and I'm embarrassed. I really want to do this, but I heard many times on the way over here that I had to. My neighbor sold his house, and I watched for a couple weeks, and the new guy tore it all out. And for years, I've hauled stuff down to Baja, and doors and windows and stoves and refrigerators and clothes and shoes and bicycles and anything you can think of. And today, I went over to Howard's house and I looked. It was like a Christmas tree, just full of stuff. I couldn't do it. I don't have the strength. And I was so sad. Just sad. I wanted to take it down and give it to the people. And I assume most of you know, but I was pretty old before I learned that the real joy is in giving, and the real love is in giving to other people. So if there is anybody here that wants to be happy, just find somebody to give to. will be your joy. Thank you for letting me share.
Thank you for your gift. Anyone else? Yes.
I usually do this. My name is Roz, and what I got was such a sense of peace when you just dropped the adjective. You know, and we spend so much time describing our lives or what we want with all those adjectives. And just saying life is, I am, is just so peaceful. And it just opens everything up. And so thank you for that.
Thank you, Roz.
My name is Crystal.
Hi, Crystal.
And honestly, when you were talking about Crystal, I thought you were talking about me. And what you described of her was exactly what happened to me. Only thing is, I didn't keep the child. And I was like, I've been working on everything but relationship. I love me, everything, but the relationship part, I have not worked on. I want to say thank you for making me more conscious of that. And to work, it's time for me to work on that.
Thank you, Crystal. Anybody else? We're ahead of schedule, right?
You have to talk again.
Well, wait, we have someone in the back.
If anybody has an idea where I could give locally, I would like something.
Okay, so see Bob after service if you have anything to give locally. I will say to the relationship topic, I do think there's this aspect when we're in touch with our true story that we realize this aspect that how we get along with God is how we get along with ourselves, is how we get along with everybody else, and how we get along with everybody else is ultimately how we get along with ourselves, is how we get along with the divine. So there's that aspect of getting back to that life is, God is, that helps us get in touch with our relationship with the source so we don't have to keep dating all our false narratives in people out there too, or experiencing them in our long-term relationships over and over again like some of us do too. Nothing wrong with making up again, but if all you're doing is breaking up all the time, you're in trouble, right? Anybody else? All right, well, we so appreciate everyone sharing. I know that we're going to sing another song at this point.
Yeah, we're just going to thank you for being here again.
And we're so grateful to everyone for putting the service together.
So, this is the talking stick mic. It's not my normal mic.
Oh,
it's
I'm sorry.
Whoa. Okay. So, no, it's wonderful. It's fine. Thank you again for being here, Reverend Josh. And as Reverend Josh said, I get to be with him at least 2 Sundays a month. So it's a beautiful community in Seal Beach. And if you're ever in that neck of the woods, drop on in. They're wonderful, just like we are, another loving community. So, he'll be out there. You'll be out there for them to love up on you and for you to just love up on everybody and meet the folks. And I want to thank Ed. I want to thank Tim. I want to thank Jenny. I want to thank our lovely practitioner who's holding the light. I want to thank did I leave anyone out? Everyone who's come together, Jan. I know my eyes would gaze right to you. And our lovely practitioner, Jan, who opened us up so lovely. I love that word, by the way. And Jim, our lovely pianist. And vocalist.
Thank you, lovely singer.
And I just love us. I love us. So please let us stand and sing "In Love We Stand." Come on, Nicolette, girlie. This is our prayer, a
song of peace. We get to be the change we want to see. With open hearts and open hands, we lift our voices, in love we stand. This is our prayer, a song of peace. We get to be the change we want to see. With open hearts and open hands, we lift our voices, in love we stand. We lift our voices, in love we stand. We lift our voices, in love we stand.
Nice job, Nicolette. Thank you. Love y'all.
We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the love, we let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the joy, we let the joy wash over us. We let it be. We let the peace, we let the peace wash over us. We let it be. We let the love, we let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let it. We let it be. One more time. We let it be. Thank you all. Thank you, Sonny. Y'all come back now, you hear?